Cryptic vicious spell, sadistic in its hell, simplistic mission, can't you tell? Take all the negativity in life, get in position to stride it with all your might, just wind up sending it back to hell. Yeah.
What is going on, all you wonderful people out there? Still haven't decided what to call you. My name is the Dark Gengar, like you guys know. This is MPL Week 5 versus the Sacramento Kingdras, and today it's the battle of the bottom of the barrel. Me and Eric are currently sitting 0-4. With Eric have had some pretty bad losses on his side. Like he got 6-0 week 1, which is not quite well, and then he forfeited week 2, which made his score drop immensely. So let's see, can he recover, or are we gonna get another win on him, or are we gonna take the bottom spot? This is basically who's gonna have the bottom spot and who's gonna stay, or who's gonna go up, or if anything, if any of us is gonna go up. But real quick, we're gonna go real quick over our team. We have our Choice Scarf Rachi, our Assault Twisted Gudra, our Focus Sash Gengar, as you see, Crab Cleaner a little bit on the side there. We have Margaret, the young common Margaret. We have Togekiss, JJ Jet with Thunderwave, and we have Gardevoir with a Will-O-Wisp, or our Mega Gardevoir. On Eric's team, he brought himself Honchkrow, Gliscor, Vaporeon, Metagross, Alakazam, and what was that thing called? Mega Manectric. So I predicted 5 out of the 6 Pokemon he was going to use here. I saw him a champ over Honchkrow, but at the same time I was not unexpecting. I was not surprised when I saw Honchkrow, because of course Sucker Punch, and I know that I'm weak to Ghost a lot. So I have Jirachi, I have Gengar, I have freaking Psychics and Ghosts and Trevenant and all that shit in the back, so that's gonna be a pain. But you know what? Let's just skip right into battle and see how it goes. I'll tell you this much, there's gonna be one move here that literally made me laugh so hard when we were watching this match. I don't know what the purpose of the move was, and you'll see pretty soon. So I lead with my Rachi, seeing that I can U-turn on anything. I can Iron Head flinch if I absolutely have to. So he Mega Evolves because that's the rules. If he wants to stay in, he has to Mega Evolve or he has to Heart Switch. So he gets the Intimidate off. Which is nice. I go for the U-turn because I don't want to stay in here. I don't want to catch a Flamethrower or anything like that. I was debating Iron Heading, but it's resisted anyways, and I'm intimidated. So I go into Gudra because Gudra can eat up anything this thing wants to throw at me, and he goes for Snarl. Yes, you heard me. He went for Snarl. Like, when was the last time you saw the move Snarl? Seriously. But he goes to Volt Switch anyways and switches out because he can't do shit to a Gudra. And I predicted that switch very nicely. As he sends in Metagross, I go for Fire Blast, but I missed Google. You see, the search engine just was just operating a little bit too fast for my Gudra. So I send in my Sableye, hashtag thumbnail material, and he gets a crit on me. So I'm just like, yeah, okay. I mean, I honestly don't care. So he sends in no spoon. There's no spoon. There's one spoon. There are 2 spoons. And I go for Willow because burning that Metagross would have been awesome in my book. And I don't want to stay in because I'm expecting him to have Dazzling Gleam or some shit. So I go into Versace because Versace can resist those damn fairy type moves. But he goes for Shadow Ball. And I base it upon the damage that he is a Scarf. No, wait. No. By the time I saw that, I was just thinking he was sashed. So I went into Gudra just to confirm that he was sashed or not. And he gets a special defense drop, but honestly Gudra doesn't care for one special defense drop. And he switches out. So by the time, I still believe that he has that going for him. And I predict the switch into Aquaman going for the Thunderbolt, with just like a clean 35 to 40%. But he has leftovers, so he gets 6% back. So I go for another Thunderbolt. No reason not to go for Thunderbolt. Honestly, get him down to like, yeah, I don't know, around 40%. He goes for a Scald. I'm trying to fish for a burn. But Gudra doesn't burn. Gudra? You just don't burn goo. You don't burn goo. That just doesn't make sense. So I go for the Draco, thinking Stab Draco would do more than a super effective non-stab Thunderbolt. Thinking that I would kill him, but he barely hangs on. So he gets off his wish. Sorry, I was eating a little bit. I literally woke up 10 minutes ago. And I'm on a deadline, so you guys know how this works. I have to upload on Sundays unless something critical happens and I can't upload. So I send in JJ Jet. I could have just tried to kill him, but I was expecting him to have Protect on his Vaporeon. So JJ comes out here, he's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? I think here I just decided to go for T-Wave. Because I know Eric is no fan of the Thunder Waves. I know Eric does not like the Thunder Waves. But at the same time, I actually expected a switch for him. That was what happened. I expected a switch. And so I went for Water Pulse trying to get the Confusion. And then I went for the Thunder Wave on his Metagross. But I should have prepared for this because I know Eric doesn't like me, so he went for Lumberry on his main attacker. So Togekiss didn't really get to do anything this match, which was kinda sad. I wish he could do more. So I send in Margaret again. He has no Lumberry, he has no protection for himself anymore. I go for Recover first turn, even though I should have burned him from the bat. That would have helped me a lot. But I want to see what damage he can throw off with a Meteor Mesh as well. And this is a crit, I think. No, that was just normal damage. So I'm playing very risky right here. I'm going for the Confusion. He is confused. And he hits himself. But he's like, oh, great, thank you. Margaret always has to think for living, or making people hit themselves in confusion when you most need it. Like, remember week 1 against Ipa, against this Lucario? Remember Margaret never died? That was great. So I got my Recover off, and I get the switch. I get a free switch out of the into my Gudra from that from Manectric. Like, I don't want to stay in that. I know the Thunderbolt is coming because it's the strongest stab move, and Gudra's just eating it up, and then he's like Volt switching again. And if I recall, I think I predict the Gliscor to come in here. Battycoda, the Gliscor, and I go for Draco Meteor because honestly, its special defenses are booty compared to its defenses. So I predict this young Battycoda to come in here, and I go for the Draco. He barely hangs on, which makes me believe that he has some special defense investment. So I pull back my Gudra for the reason that if anything, I don't need Margaret for anything special, and then I saw the knockoff coming, and a physical attacker is not something that a Gudra wants to deal with. So I go for the Recover because I want to stay alive. I want to keep myself alive. And he goes for the Earthquake. I just want to scout here for damage as well because Margaret can always take one hit, and that's a crit who brought me like back down to a little bit below the amount I was at. That makes me believe that he's more so defensively invested. And I think here he went for the option of substituting, which I'm like, okay, fine, we can work with that. I can honestly work with that. He goes for Toxic, but Margaret avoids the attack. I go for Foul Play thinking, okay, if he's somewhat attack invested, the sub will break. But apparently he's not even barely invested, because it didn't even break, and I was sure that Gliscor's attack was good enough for that. But I guess his defense is just overpower. So I get intoxicated with my Margaret, and honestly, to me, it's a-okay that I'm not pulling off like the that I'm not breaking, or that I'm intoxicated. I'm like mixing words everywhere. But I go for the confuse right now that he's free, thinking like, you know, I can confuse him, prevent him from hopping behind a sub, maybe pull up a couple foul plays, have a good time. So he breaks through though. He breaks through the confusion, and he gets up his sub. So he's just sitting there having a good time behind there. For my sake, I'm just gonna recover, because an earthquake from that range, I was thinking it was gonna kill. So let's see what the confusion tells us this time. He manages to break through the confusion, and he gets to go for an earthquake, which you can see does like, it does about half-ish. Last time I crit did like around 75. And then he has plus toxic damage. I'm basically at this point I'm trying to toxic, or not toxic, but PP stall him. Even though he gets HP back from the poison heal, and he hits himself in confusion because that's just absolutely fucking great. But he gets more back than he takes off himself, so there is that. And around this time he snaps out and goes for another earthquake, which is supposed to be put me down in the red based on the calcs so far. So I'm at 11 HP. Go for the foul play because honestly, Margaret has done hers. She can't really do anything more. It is a bit sad, but I'm gonna have to let her go. You did your job, Margaret, and you did your job nicely. And I sent in Cosmina because Cosmina packs Hyper Voice, and that goes through Substitute. So even though this bitch has Substitute, I can just like I don't care for that sub of yours. And so far we've discovered his moveset as well, being sub-toxic with knockoff and EQ. So I'm feeling good here. I'm just like, you know what? Die. And even though Glycore's speed is higher, he has no speed investment, and I'm max speed. I think I'm max speed either modest or timid, one of the two. So he sends in Uncle Tony here, and I was expecting a sucker punch, which is why I went for Willow to burn him. In hindsight, I should have just gone for Hyper Voice. I would have killed him off the bat. He goes for Brave Bird. Honestly, Sucker Punch wouldn't even have done that much to me. But it takes me down to like 59. That's with burn damage. That would have been a guaranteed OHKO. And he's a leftovers one, so which makes me believe he's a bit bulky. But I go for, I think here he would draw his freaking thing into Aquaman. As I just stay in and go for the Hyper Voice, because, you know, I would have snagged the kill on that. And that does about, like, yeah, 40 to 50-ish%. So I can see that that is a KO from the range that Vaporeon is in right now. So that is, right now, we're sitting in a 4-4, and Gardevoir has 2 kills under her belt right now from this match. She's just sitting there all nice and dandy, just sitting there having a good smile on her face, like, yeah, I'm doing good here for you, man. I'm putting in work here, man. I got you. I got you. So we're doing pretty fine right now. We're doing about equal. And I have no reason not to switch into Goodra on this Manectric, because the Manectric can't touch me. Like, literally. A Thunderbolt Volt Switch combo does nothing. I was in the like around 25-ish, and after Thunderbolt and a Volt Switch, I'm like at 20. And I predict the switch again, because this switch has not worked out for him, and Goodra's like, what do you want? Fuck off. Dead. So Goodra snags up a kill like, I got this, boss. I did it. I hit him. So he switches into No Spoon, which I don't really fear. So a Shadow Ball didn't even kill him. I'm just like, you know what, let's go all out. Let's drop the Dracos. I have no super effective damage on him. Let's see what we can do. Like, in hindsight, if he is sashed, then well, whatever. And he lives on like 5, so I'm still insecure. I'm still insecure of what his item is. And this is where a crucial play happens. I sent in Versace first. In hindsight, I should have waited. And he outspeeds me, so he's Scarf. Now that is solved. But I had to sacrifice Jirachi, and I in hindsight, I should not have done that. Because if it would have come down to it, I could have just used Versace to sweep the rest of his team, because my Gengar is sashed. And I think he's probably thinking my Gengar is Scarf, but Gengar lives a Shadow Ball from a modest freaking Alakazam. I'm just like, wait, what? I can bluff a Scarf right now. I can bluff a Scarf to prevent his Manectric to come in. Since I lived it. Says he thought probably my 2 Pokemon were Scarfed. So he sends in Uncle Tony, and I just go for Sludge Bomb, so I show that I'm not Scarfed. And he barely hangs on. Like, just barely. Just barely. He goes for the Brave Bird. So, my Gengar goes down, unfortunately. But, and of course the recoil is not enough, and he's got the Moxie. But in that Moxie ain't gonna do anything for him. So, here he goes, getting some lefties, 6% from like 1 to 6%. And then Burn is gonna kill him. So, that is a 3rd kill for Gardevoir. Because that was Gardevoir's Burn. Damn, Gardevoir, you're getting kills under here. Like, you have 3 kills, Gengar had 1, and Goodra had 1. So, that's 5 kills. Now it's the Battle of the Megas, just like last week. And I'm praying, like, geez, please, I know you have high special defense, but your HP's low. But Gardevoir's HP was not enough. And Eric beats us in this match, but it was a narrow 1-0, and here's the sad thing. Me and Eric are tied in our differentials right now. Eric had minus 15, I had minus 13. I got 1-0, so I'm minus 14, and he is minus 14. But he is 1 in 4, I'm 0 in 5. Oh shit. We go to the beginning of the thing again, damn it, sorry. But anyways, if y'all have enjoyed this match against Eric, please check him out. He's a very good guy, and he's had some bad luck, and him beating us does not really change anything. But if y'all have enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button, as it would mean a lot to me and the people of the MPL, because you know we're all a big family here, and if you support the video, it would be much appreciated. Let's see if we can break 10 likes on today's episode. Or today's match. That would be great. So, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.